Hi there. Welcome to Frosty Faustings. Thank you for tuning in to Vortex Gallery X Frosty Faustings here at Vortex Gallery at Frosty Faustings. I can talk.
You can. Thank
I
God.
can talk. I'm Tiz. This is Fat Shoe.
Hey,
we are here.
Hello,
to
friends, Romans, and countrymen.
We're here to commentate Windjammers 2. If you haven't seen Windjammers 2 before, you're about to have a wonderful time because this game is sick. It's like Pong meets Street Fighter.
This is probably, for our community, one of the biggest tournaments of the year, if not the
48
biggest
people.
tournaments. Absolutely fantastic.
Good turnout.
And usually our top four is usually a who's who of who plays in this country.
Yes.
So in winners finals, we are about to have SouthPawRock, who is agreeably one or two of the top players of this game,
absolutely.
next to Jordy, and WarpWhistle, who has been in the weeds for this game for as long as I can remember, for Windjammers 2 and Windjammers 1. And fun fact, he has said this is going to be his final Windjammers 2 tournament.
He didn't tell me that.
That is a fact. He said that on Twitter, and I confirmed with him with that today.
Well, that's why. You saw that the handle I put on was my Beast Guy handle. I just stopped messing with Twitter anymore.
So yes, he said that on Twitter, and I confirmed that with him today. This will be his final Windjammers 2 tournament.
Well, I hope he performs.
He's going to go the commentary route. So basically, he's going after my job, which I don't know. Not sure how I feel about that. But anyway, we love Warp.
I commentated Vortex Gallery online with him for Windjammers 1.
I know I was there. I watched.
Thank you for being there.
I watched. I know it was
Appreciate
fantastic.
you.
But fantastic tournament. This is our biggest tournament.
Yes.
And we also have Chris and chasetatsujin also waiting in the losers.
So Chris is here and Chase is also here because they were also in. Chris was in Virtua Fighter 5 as well.
Yes.
So.
No,
busy,
I see Chris sitting here, and Chase is right there.
Chase is
I
right
took
there.
the game off him in bracket. Not a big deal.
So if you tuned in last year, you might be expecting there's a dog-shaped void right here. Mishi's resting. She did a lot of work. So there's the dog bed right over there. She's chilling. So she will not be here to carry us this time. But I think we got this.
I hope so. I hope so. It's going to be a very hard. But we don't have a cute dog here. It's just
us.
Just us. That's just so unfortunate. But hey, we're going to do it. We're going to do well.
Yes.
We're going to jam the wind. It's going to be some fantastic wind jamming action.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
This game has a low skill floor, high skill ceiling.
Yes.
Once you see what's going on, it's pretty easy to sort of get the general gist of what's going on. It's not a traditional fighting game whatsoever. So I'll go ahead and explain the rules while we're waiting for the setup to happen. On each side of the stage, we have goal zones. The yellow ones are worth 3s, red ones are worth 5s. And there's also the possibility to drop the disc. Depending on the stage, I'll be worth either 2 or 4 points. So each person will be controlling a character, trying to send the disc into the goal behind their opponent in order to reach 15 points. So each game is 2 out of 3 games. It'll say sets in game, but so like 2 out of 3 rounds, and then we're here at winners finals. It's gonna be 3 out of 5 games. So. And now, hey, you can hear the game.
Oh, we hear the game. And also keep in mind that every character has certain strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
And every stage is different. They all have different rules. Sometimes the 3s are in different positions. Sometimes the 5s are in different positions.
And sometimes there are bumpers.
Sometimes there are bumpers. You will learn about bumpers today.
You will learn.
Strap in, put your seatbelts on. It's going to be a fantastic time. And also keep in mind the drop zones. Tiz talked about drops.
Yes.
The drops are different on every stage. Sometimes it's 2 points. Sometimes it's 4 points. We'll let you know what's going on, but we're about to get into the action.
There's going to be a lot. It's easy to explain. We'll just explain it off the rip as it becomes relevant.
And you will learn today. Again, this is our winners finals. SouthPawRock.
Yes.
He is in the jacket, and WarpWhistle rocking the BWO always,
Bumper.
every day, twice, 5 times on Sunday. He is here, ready to go.
Bumper World Order.
Also,
it says Blue World Order, but it's Bumper World Order.
It's also both. They actually both had an agreement. They're both together. Shout out to the Blue Meanie. Shout out to Stevie Richards. We are ready to go.
So they just check their buttons. Buttons are pretty easy. You got a standard throw button. It also dashes when you're not holding disc. You have an arc throw button, a lob. You have a slap button, and you have a jump button. Jumping is usually pretty risky in this game, but it can have great dividends if you time it right. We have Gary Scott from America, one of the heavier characters, against Jordy Costa from Brazil. We got Bumper. WarpWhistle loves to run Gary Scott. It's a Gary Scott weekend.
And it's Gary Scott weekend every
Gary Scott weekend every weekend. And Southpaw known for Jordi Costa. We are into our first game. We are at the junkyard.
So this is one of the weirder stages. We talk about bumpers. We will have bumpers on this stage.
Note how they're moving.
Yes, and this is the only stage that does this. There's only one stage in every other stage, bumpers are sedentary. This one is not. They will move depending on how this moves. And you see the red, that's 5 points. The yellow is 3 points, and this is a 4-point drop zone.
Yes.
And both people feeling each other out.
Also, we got a 99-second timer. Nobody's scored yet. When this game is played at the top level, you're going to see incredible defensive play, incredible movement. So we got a slap. Once you do a shot block with the A button, when the disc is about to hit you, you'll slap it into the air, which allows you to position yourself better and also set up charge supers like that.
Indeed, and he went for the super lob, which was one thing that does happen. And he's going for the jump, but it hits the bumper, and it's very good for Southpaw, and he puts it right in the corner.
One thing I always point out about SouthPawRock, he likes to position himself relative to the crosshair in order to get the most advantageous shot he can.
And in Windjammers 2, there is something called the slap shot. He's putting himself right by the crosshair so he can slap it in. That's definitely a very fast move for it.
Oh, the universal super has a changing curl radius, and it turns out it just swoops around him.
And bumper into the corner is 6-5 Southpaw in this game. We are right here by the timer.
Yeah, the timer's running out. Southpaw's looking pretty good. We have had situations where somebody scored after the timer ran out, and it counted.
It always counts. As long as it's in the air, it still counts. It's just like in basketball. Now, keep in mind, you might see a fair amount of timeouts in this game because both players are at such a high level.
So we have meters in the corner. We just saw usage of meters. There are two ways you can use meter. The first one we just saw was the defensive super. It spreads out. There's a radius that spreads out from your character, and if it touches the disc, it flips into the air, very high up. That is commonly known as the defensive super. The other use of meter is the offensive super, which is a stronger version of the super custom that you'll see from some of these characters. These two characters do have very strong custom supers.
They do. Now, Gary Scott is universally been considered a lower tier character because of how his super, it only goes back and forth, up and down off the bumper.
So the bumper set up that strange angle which allowed to bounce into the 5 there.
Right, it was very good, but again, WarpWhistle has always been Gary Scott all day, every day. He is the true American hero.
We got an achievement! Look at that!
We're all about the achievements here in this game. Warp trying to get around here. And the bumpers making it hard because
that was a really
popping it up very, very much when he needs to.
I really like how WarpWhistle called out staying at the north corner. He just stayed there. Like that's where you're going.
What a fantastic slap shot! Positioning himself outside of the radius, so he puts it into the bumper and puts it in the corner.
This time Warp with a considerable advantage at the buzzer.
Yep.
There was actually no way he could have lost that at that point. All right. We are at 1-1 for the game.
Indeed, it is 1-1 right now.
So whoever it's 1-1 rounds.
Yep. So this is 2 of 3 right now at the moment.
Right. So we're at 70 seconds on the clock with no scores on the board yet. Both of them hanging out near the north side of the stage. Approaching the crosshair. They really get in each other's face at the net, which is something I'm often really afraid to do. But both of these characters are large, so their sizes actually do matter. When the disc collides with them, it counts as a catch. So if they can actually just get in each other's faces.
If you're a lighter character, you're going to be pushed into the net, and that's not good.
And also, like, the disc is likely to slip by you if you're a smaller character. Positioning around the crosshair. So note how he walks around the crosshair. If he walks into the crosshair, his position will lock and he'll start charging up his super. So he doesn't want that. He wants a standard throw, so he walks around the crosshair.
And a nice curve. It fooled Warp into thinking it was going 5, but it goes right into 3.
8 to 6 in 17 seconds. So this is a situation.
Bad.
Oh, I love the return. Suddenly WarpWhistle with
you can do that right here.
Absolutely.
If you return a super like that.
So you can't return the metered super as a metered super, but you can return it as the standard version of itself. 15 with
Game
the
1
4-point drop.
to WarpWhistle. The junkyard working in his favor, and you see Warp do the Gary Scott celebration, both hands in the air pointing like he's Bryan Danielson going, yes, always. There he goes.
All right, we're going to the beach. I know this song.
I know this song. I hear it in my sleep sometimes. And this is definitely a Southpaw pick saying he's going to go this route.
So stage selection rules. First stage is going to be random. Casino is banned because of sensory issues. So the first stage will always be random. Then the loser can counterpick the stage. However, you can't. We have a rule called Dave's Stupid Rule. You can't go back to a stage. You cannot pick a stage that you have previously won on. So if SouthPawRock wins this game, WarpWhistle can't pick Junkyard. We call that Dave's Stupid Rule. It's from Smash.
Yep. We took some stuff from Smash. Sorry, I love you guys, but we needed this rule.
Yeah, no, because stages matter in this game a lot.
Yeah, stages are a big deal in this game, and in Windjammers 1. Tries to sneak it back into the 5, and it did not work. And we're, again, right here at a defensive stalemate, and which is token in this game very much so.
Oh, great score in the north corner there.
Yeah, and both players holding their meter. They're more likely going to try to hold their meter for a defensive clash when they need it if they can't get to the game. But no, Gary Scott using the meter right at the net to try to get a jump, and it did not work, and Southpaw sneaks it past him for 9-3 in this round.
Big advantage with the slam timer here. As long as he doesn't... SouthPawRock can't lose, actually.
Yeah, he cannot. Yeah, it was a hard time. Yeah, there was no way he was going to be able to catch up.
Things get pretty deterministic once you get far enough with the timer. And if you have a large enough point lead. Universal
super curve into the corner did not work.
Oh, look at that radius.
Read it poorly.
Messed up radius.
He may have tried to catch it too early and it didn't work, and it gets in the 5. That'll be drastic here. It's now 8-0 for WarpWhistle.
I like that activation. When you're at the middle right there and you don't know what the mix-up's going to be, you simply pop your super and delete the mix-up.
Indeed. But we get coming right back here for 8-5.
Popping up. Dash through the crosshair to dash through where the disc was going to be in order to change your positioning for the throw.
And 14-5, round point here for WarpWhistle. Any point wins, including a drop, and he's gonna hold firm right here with the defensive struggle, which is staple for any top Windjammers player.
Charging up, universal curl, good return.
The great wall of Gary Scott will always going to try to hold true here for him, but Southpaw gets one past him.
All right, pulled up chat for y'all. Thanks to all of you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Oh, he dashed the wrong direction.
But it's not going to be enough. There's 2 seconds left. No, that's not going to be enough. Yep.
Hello to friends, all the friends who have tuned in. We appreciate you very much.
Game
walking
3,
around the crosshair. It's 1-1 rounds. So
1-1 rounds. Southpaw needs this round. He does not want to go into this deficit.
Oh,
so right in the corner.
So WarpWhistle's gonna. WarpWhistle's often a pretty mentally put together player. He doesn't tilt often.
Yeah. So that's a good teaching point right there. So WarpWhistle popped his super a little bit early, but he was out of the range of it. So if you pop your super, you have to be in a certain range for the distance stop to pop up. And he was just out of the range, maybe just inches out of it, and it did not work. So so basically he just wasted his super on a bad decision.
Right. And a critical thing about the defensive super, when the disc drops, you need to use that to pop it up from the ground. However, even if the disc isn't in the radius, it's not always a waste because you get a time freeze, lets you evaluate the situation. And as long as you are able to reach the disc, you can still make good use of a defensive super. And literally, as Rune Kadaikson just said.
Yep. And right now, the 3 points there. The comeback is on. Oh, missed the super again.
It was out of range vertically?
Missed the super again.
I didn't know it could do that.
Oh, brutal there for Warp. And
It
now
sailed
the set
directly
is tied.
overhead and ended up in the 5 behind him. Wow. I actually did not know he could do that.
And this is
All right, we're in bumpers.
match point, and it is Clay, a bumper stage.
Oh, this is not match point. We are 3 out of 5. This winner's final. Oh, sorry.
So I've been told it is 2 of 3 right here.
Oh, okay, I might be wrong. I think Fat Shoe is.
What?
We're in winner's final. Yeah. All right, we're just all right.
So we
Sorry about
are
that.
at 2. Sorry about that. We had some confusion.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what our timing was. So winners finals is 2 out of 3. It's a timing issue.
Yeah.
So we'll do grands 2 out of 5.
Yeah, grands will be 3 out of 5, and that is a situation where it does pop in, and it's going to go right in there. 9-9 here in this round.
A tie. So here's what will happen if the timer pops when their score is tied. Both of them will get a credit for a round. But if somebody is a round up when that happens, that's a win.
It is correct. Or also, if it's 1-1 and it goes to sudden death,
True.
We go to a sudden death, and that is a lot of fun. If you saw me at CEO Taku, I got way too hyped for that. But anyway, 9-12.
Walking around the
Southpaw
crosshair, thread the
sneaks it
needle.
in. And 1-1. This is match round for Southpaw.
I'm really impressed with how he threaded the needle through that bumper formation. That's hard to do. It's hard to do intentionally.
Indeed it is, and Southpaw seeing, oh no, Gary Scott WarpWhistle right there in the 5, and suddenly he is back up on top.
Oh, super return. Oh, and pushed back.
Right
He was
here.
facing the right direction. He was in the right position, but there's so much pushback. You have to catch it with a specific timing to reduce the pushback. Jump
Gonna try
up.
to jump, that will
Forces
pop
the meter
super.
spin.
So if you do land it, you will be able to pop the super back up if it lands. That's a very good reason to keep your super for so long.
Good positioning. Not interacting with the bumpers for now. And then interacting very much with the bumpers.
Oh,
Push
10.
back into the 5 with the wrongly timed catch. It's looking good for WarpWhistle right now. He's just got to keep it buttoned up.
That's the hole, but no, sneaks it
And
back
then
in. It is 11-10,
Southpaw
30
Rock's-
seconds.
SouthPawRock's positioning and aim is fantastic, honestly. It's starting to slip away from him.
And any point will win for Southpaw.
Yes, that's correct. Good use of the defensive super. Keep it alive. Staying on the south side.
Oh!
15-14. It's
15-4.
1-1.
This is match point, match rounds. The winner's
It's
going
double
to grand.
Luigi. Double Luigi. It's a. Never mind.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. It's 1-1. Final game, final round, final set. Everyone can understand that.
Southpaw is Warp is Southpaw Warp was leading. The CEOs are
The
scared.
CEOs are scared. Right here, going to pop it right here in the corner. And both players are going to have their defense because they need this round more than anything because it is last game, last set.
Look at that the interaction with the corner of the bumper caused it
Oh,
to
the 5.
8.
Southpaw gets a key lead here, but
Charging up.
The super up needs it right
Universal
now.
curl denied by the bumper. Down in the
Oh,
south
no.
corner, 3-11.
Southpaw.
This is a hard situation. He's still got enough time where he could run it back. He's got to keep his head on. It's so easy to tilt. I like that.
Nice slap shot to almost get it in the corner there.
Really good positioning and slap shot there. He stuck it right down in the south corner.
15 seconds, Southpaw. The Warp needs to start catching up and catching
He
up
needs
quick.
a 5. He needs a
has to
5
have a 5.
right now.
But that's out of reach now.
He made
That
a
is
he made
out
a
of
hard
reach.
read. So
That is out of reach now.
I don't think WarpWhistle needed to make the hard read that he did.
That is-
And they are. It looks like they are unplugging, so they do know.
Yeah,
it's-
so it is 2-1 to Southpaw. Southpaw makes it in the grands, where he always finds a way to bake it into. But there is a shark in losers finals with WarpWhistle, and I am checking out for someone else. So
It looks like Chunk Brits Brixon will be coming in.
Yep, and you will see me for grands later. So I'll see you guys later.
So, while Fat Shoot checks out, we're going to have Chunk Brixon, who eliminated me. I can't believe I have to commentate with the guy who eliminated me. But he will be coming in and commentating alongside me.
Nice to him, Tiz.
No, I will
fighting
not be
on
nice.
stream.
I'm kidding. Always be nice to people. You met me? Chunk Brixon with the coolest bag I've seen. Come on in. I actually don't know either. I'm. All right. Yes, show the bag. Look how sick that is.
Okay.
Oh.
Who is
Hey, Folky, can you throw me Stitch?
player one?
Look at this gamer. He has been blessing my brackets all day. Look, he's a game. Yeah, he would be a full gamer. He's got the controller there. He's got his tongue out. He's focused. Yeah. Knocked me out of this bracket. It's a good game.
That's because we were very, very talented. Like last game, last round, super close. Like the biggest problem with Windjammers, this is my problematic take. The worst thing about Windjammers is everyone's too good. Like the matches are too good.
Yes.
I want everyone to win. I'll lose and be like, I'm so happy you won, but now I'm done.
Everybody who shows up here is lovely. Love this community.
Because especially like there was not a lot of like. I used to do a lot of restaurant work. You know, like a restaurant's like high rotation. Like if people come, people leave. You can kind of tell it's like not a great working environment. People who come and start playing Windjammers are here every year after year, holding it down. We had a huge bracket this year. I couldn't even count. This is the only side game I saw with like 2 full like left-right brackets, which means they're huge. I would say like probably like 60 people in these. Like
this one was 48.
48? Okay. I was rounding up quite a bit.
Yeah. Quite a bit. Big roundup.
But yeah, very nice to jump on. I am Chunk Brixon. I'm pretty sure my friend on stream running remembers. Still Tiz on the right here. I don't remember to get my set. We are heading into loser semis. I see Chris has sat down. Chris was stuck in
Virtual Fighter 5.
Virtual Fighter 5. Yeah. I couldn't tell because we were talking about Sam Show earlier, and I was trying to put the work together. Also, just to get you while we're still going here, the Twitter is the same as the name, the exact same. Thank you very much. Actually, I should make a tweet, huh?
Send tweet.
Send tweet. Send zeet.
I want to say what the equivalent to send tweet is. Can't do that right now. Can't do that right now.
Not on stream.
Not on stream.
We gotta wait till after 8 p.m. That's
the follow.
That's when the mature block comes on.
The follow-up,
Simpsons, we can say curses.
The follow-up to Double Luigi was bad enough. And of course, like, Chase is here with this shirt.
Oh, yeah, it's Chase. Yeah. Chase is, both of these
no
guys
way.
play against
Hard
the
drugs
Million.
only.
Oh, God.
Chris is, yeah, I love that angle. That's a really cute angle for
Hang
us.
on.
Fun.
No way.
Hang
Hard
on.
drugs only.
Concrete manual.
There we go.
So I think we might see Concrete picked at some point in the set. Maybe.
Possibly. I'm a big, listen, we're biased individuals, you and me. I know we're both junkyard freaks.
You know what's funny?
We're both dumpster divers, the junkyard freaks.
So I shouldn't have. When I played against you, I won on the junkyard.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, you won on junkyard, but it was closer. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want bumpers. So I went to ring.
Yes.
And I did worse.
I was really surprised. I remember that you ran away because the bumpers were with you. And we are with you right now live on Matching Melee.
That's
we're
right.
Moving into
We're
loser
on the
semis.
beach.
Like I said, Chris on the left here, Chase on the right. Both these guys have played against the game a lot. Chris have played maybe more Mahjong than Windjammers, to be honest, but that's just because we keep winning. We end up on the wrong side of the bracket.
Chris is using Klaus Wessel from Germany, and Chase is using Steve Miller from England. Or hold on, it is Miller, right? It's not you?
It is Miller, I believe.
No, that's you. That's Beho Yu from Korea. Sorry.
Oh, good. No,
I see the sunglasses.
Ah.
It's hard to see, but I see the sunglasses.
Listen, once we start seeing the supers, we'll be 100% sure.
That's right.
Because I say, if it is Chase, which honestly I still think it is, we'll find out very soon though. It's an interesting matchup because we of course have on the left here our German character, very, very like powerful strikes, but very slow mobility. And we have Chase here, who, if it is Chase,
it is Chase, but that's Beho Yu. That's the character. It's the costume swap for Steve Miller.
Right.
And that's the Korean. I can hear the Korean voice.
If you end up using the super, you end up going right to the right on the one at the end, so you can kind of trap a slower character. But this stage is pretty small.
There's the sunglasses.
Gotta keep the sun
this stage is quite small. So we're at two opposite ends of the size power spectrum here. As you can see, Beho used a little guy. And Klaus Vessel, large.
Got wide
man.
shoulders, and it works out for him, right? Because he doesn't have to move around as much. It's kind of maybe a home field advantage. I don't know if he's from the beach. I don't know if they got beaches in Germany, but
beaches in Germany.
I'm sure. I just don't know
famous one.
Right, I forgot about that one. Listen, I was thinking like Party Beach, right? I don't associate that with parties.
So, one thing about the lighter characters, you might think that at a high level, the disc throw speed just ends up being the most dominating factor. But you're seeing here, Chase is curving the disc quite often. The lighter characters are better at curving the disc.
Yeah, there's the curve, so you can get to more tricky angles, and there's also the advantage of like, the idea that you can just walk is huge.
Yes, it is. It honestly is.
The dashes are like pretty like all around the same, but when you have to rely on the dash, it's very committal. You dash the wrong direction, you take a split-second decision and hesitate, you end up in a terrible position. That Dark Souls fat roll, man.
It's
dirty little bunt, man. But right back at him, says, get out of my face.
Forced each other to spend the meter. So drops may become relevant in these last 40 seconds.
Yeah, they're pretty savable. You have a lot of time to save it if you've got the meter. But once that stops dropping, once you don't have the meter to bring it back up, you have to be fast as hell.
You have to watch for the disc clattering animation. It'll sort of like, sort of orbit around on its rim until it eventually stops.
This is about as close as it gets. Next point can take it for either one of these guys, but of course, Chris only needs a three-pointer here.
So I'm surprised that Chris isn't up on the net more often.
But just like that, it happens just like that. Now anything for Chase here, any sort of ender, meter advantage can play it kind of slow. 7 seconds left on the clock. Knows he has to regain the advantage. Just sends it. Trying to find advantage here. Has to throw it back. Any catch here? Yeah, I can slow it down.
I really like how Chris used the defensive super to force the disc to come straight down immediately.
Exactly.
Rather than having to move.
Maximize the amount of shots you can take, and it makes you so you can shoot from really far up. It's much harder to see the angles. It's risky, especially as a big character like this, slow and lumbering, because it's hard to back up. But if you can guarantee that you can throw from there.
Well, the funny thing is, like, being up at the net is ironically actually safer for the large characters because of how much space they take up.
Right, yeah, because it's going to be a sharper angle on the way in usually.
Yes.
Good point. Man, there's so much to consider in this game. It's so sick.
It really is. It's low skill floor, high skill ceiling.
Exactly. They say that about a lot of games, but it's true here.
It's true here. I promise
this
it's true
time for
here.
real.
And like this game, it's so hard to get salty in this game because like every loss you have makes perfect sense. It's like, why did I lose that? I'm like, I know I lost.
Well,
that.
I mean, I've seen a couple bumpers.
Bumpers
have always made sense to me, but there are some bumper mechanics, there's some interactions, there's some new angles being invented. There's angles above 360, you know? They get crazy. There's like, it's kind of scaling.
When you see the Italian rep, Loris Biaggi on concrete? Yeah, concrete. No, it's clay. It's clay. And then his super does this expanding radius curl. Once it starts interacting with the bumpers, it's possible for him to score on himself.
It's Mario Party.
It's Mario Party at that point.
There's bonus stars being awarded, and that's exactly what
Chris
we were talking about.
Chris made the hard read, and he was wrong.
That's the problem. You're a bulky character. It's hard for you to move around quickly. A nice save on the bump, but that sucks. He didn't have enough meter to do it. 3 seconds left on the board. He gets the goal, but it's not going to be enough. Timeout was really concerned there. You have to be like within range of 5 to really have a chance there. And Chase takes the first game and loses semis at a very close set. Little bit of a when I guess the timer does not stop when you score, right? Like the referee has places to be. Like they got to get moving.
Exactly.
Once you get
they got to go to their next pool.
There's very rare, but once in a while you kind of end up in a checkmate scenario. You just got to reset, think about the next game, think about what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Maybe lay on some conditioning. 5 points that early.
Oh man, so that particular nasty angle. That's something that Miller and you can do. And as we mentioned, Beho, you, and Steve Miller are the same character. They just, one has an eye patch, one has sunglasses. One's English, one's Korean.
Depends if you want to be like more piratey.
Yeah, like it's a reference to the original Windjammers 1 had a dip switch where you could change between English and Korea. Like you can.
Got you. Oh, I didn't even know that.
So like,
I'll be honest, I'm a Windjammers 2 first game.
Yeah. And so like they looked exactly the same, but they had different voices.
And wow, that was interesting, but that almost looked like it was going to be a 5 there. And like you said, it's a bit of a wider stage, so there's more opportunities here for Chase to like punish Chris's positioning, force him to try and guess. But Chase
he barely made that.
Send it unfortunate, like the bumper can give and the bumper takes away if you hit it at a sharp angle.
Oh, he tried! I appreciate that.
But I also appreciate the willingness to just send the super immediately.
So Concrete is not the same as Rooftop from Windjammers 1 because this stage has a 4-point drop. So if you drop the disc, it's 4 points.
Right, so that makes meter management that much more effective. It makes little things like that. I was about to call out.
Wow, look how relevant that is. The commentator's curse.
Exactly, because the lobs are usually, like a regular lob is usually just like a way to condition folks to try and like back off. It's like that you're too much in my face, I want to reset. It takes a while to fall, and it forces them to run way
Smacked him
back.
in the head.
But if you're
bumped in the dome.
You can get smoked just like that.
They're hanging. Chris is hanging out in the north so far, maybe trying to set up some conditioning.
Chase pretty decidedly in the lead now on set point. Of course, the points are you can't get 15 in
Good
one.
reaction.
We don't play
that
on
might
Casino.
have been. That also might have been a prediction too. We don't play on Casino because epilepsy issues. I'm surprised they still haven't fixed it because otherwise we would run it and it would be hilarious.
It would be very funny.
Ooh, he was too far away. So Chris was trying to set up something cheeky with the slap shot right up there at the net, but he was wrong on the read, so he ended up in a really crappy situation.
Yeah, because it's really nice to do, like Chris is a big fan of like doing like the pop-up with the super reversal, kind of the burst, and then slapping it out so your timing gets thrown off.
Notice how Chase had so much trouble getting past Vessel's large body when he was up at the net.
The shoulders are wide. He's got a wide berth. He does not believe in, like, he forces people to social distance.
Yes.
You do not want to sit next to this guy on the subway. Or whatever they call it in Germany.
It's probably some really long down.
Uns train undergrounden. And just like that,
18-08, 1-1.
Almost the maximum score you can get. Chris with a ton of momentum. The bumpers are treating him well. You kind of have to say a prayer. Pray to every god that you believe in. Maybe some you don't. Just to make them work out. So you get funny little angles like that because the hitbox on them doesn't exactly match.
Yeah.
If you hit them on an angle, they kind of like, it's almost like a diamond.
Yeah. And like, especially if you interact with the corner of the bumper, things start getting
exactly.
I like the hammer toss there.
Yeah, once again, everyone is kind of forcing you to go back, and it goes so far back, you have to actually catch it with a quick input. Like, you have to hit A the second, or hit X the second it hits you, or else you can get blown back.
Both of these players have the movements of Vessel's super custom memorized.
Ooh, tried to go for a cheeky bunt there, too.
I really appreciate that, too. I appreciate that he tried to do that.
I think he just made a hard read on the direct straight.
Yeah.
Oh! Dude,
that felt like an antsy dash, and I've done those countless times.
Sometimes right at the beginning, if you don't give your opponent the time to think, the 5 start racking up, and just like that, it was so even. It was 8-3, and in like less than 10 seconds.
First of all, shout outs to Rune Kadiakson from Dayton in the chat, dropping knowledge constantly.
Yes,
for
I
all
appreciate
of
it,
you.
because I'm dumb as hell. I just like throwing discs around.
And he just knows all the random stuff. He knows it's called the Untergrundbahn.
That's insane. I'm willing to bet he didn't Google it. Once again, 3 5s. That's all you need in any set.
So Chris is on the board.
Chris is on the board. It's 1-1. Every single set we've had, it's been last game. It's because these gamers, like I said, man, everyone is way too good.
Everyone's incredible.
This is gonna sound like brag. I've beaten both these players. Both these players have beaten me. This is like a healthy rotation.
Oh yeah, Chris sent me down to losers.
No one stays on top for very long in this game.
Yeah.
But it's always the usual suspects.
Okay, we are at Arena, which is like a long version of Beach.
It's a long version of Beach, very standard stage, no bumpers, not insane on scoring.
Yeah.
Kind of average size.
It's going to be, so like lob throws are going to mess with people's positioning more here.
Yeah, you can force
and you're also going to have more time to react to stuff.
So relatively, this is your grandma's Windjammers right now. 5 points again, man. Chris is only aiming. Only bullseyes only, please.
You know, in darts, they actually want triple 20s. 180!
He hit B about 10 times in a row. He's just like, I'm going to catch you flinching at some point, but maybe has to, because he's like trying to punish long positioning, but Chris is playing really far up.
Yeah.
That's where going for the button interruption is not really.
It makes me wonder if due to how much more space there is, Chris. Oh,
that's
so
exactly.
that's a 2-drop here.
It's not that bad. He even opted like not to spend the super. That might have been a mistake.
It
like
might have
2
been
points.
actually intentional.
Yeah, because 2 points is not that much.
He's really far ahead.
Shot. Not going to set it too far.
Nah,
Nice. Knows exactly where he's going to go. And yeah, if you
Chase knows to stay right there.
It's so cool in this game. If you perfect return a super, you steal their super. You force them in the mirror. You're like, how do you like a chunk of your own medicine, man? Oh, he waited for it. And he meant the super too. I saw the head.
So when you drop from a lob, you can see how the disc sort of settles down flat. There's no clatter. You have to be there.
You just gotta be there. You had to be there, and yeah, just lets it rock. Pulls the disc for as long as possible. Sees the timeout is an issue here. I honestly find that Chase, very talented player, when it comes out to timeouts, like I don't think that he always makes decisions like based on the timer.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it seems like
it's
playing
easy
the
to
same
forget.
game. Exactly.
Because I actually straight up forgot about the timer with you.
Yeah. Right, yeah, I remember that first game. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
it
timer.
can go this long. It can be this insane when we get to the high level, brother.
Like high-level Windjammers, very defensive.
That's why we had to do 2 out of 3 for the finals, right? Because we just know we got to move on. I don't know what's going to be after this. But
We're gonna timer. We're gonna end up timeouts over and over.
I was gonna say this is the one time I'm gonna talk smack. We don't want to KI them. Listen, Thursday I get them in so late. Why do you think I slept in today? Almost didn't get any shut
Okay, that was just barely there. You saw from the crosshair positioning, the very perimeters were intersecting.
Standard little volley here. Doesn't get the charge. Can't run up fast enough. That's the thing about the block.
Oh, I don't think he
That
meant
was a
to do
very
that.
generous 5. 1 point away.
I think that diagonal dash was accidental. I think there was a typo.
Tries to hit him with the cheeky slap. Mess up your timing. There's a lot of like the timing, the standard volley. Dodged in the wrong direction. And just like that, Chris runs away from it. Lord of the Fives.
Lord of the Fives. Chris is advancing to the lower finals.
And that puts Chase out at 4,
Concrete
1 short of a
manual.
medal, but shout outs to him. Always holding it down, huge advocate, always runs up with the merch too. Will, I'm sure, be staying in the audience to cheer us
Well,
along.
Chris is
Yes,
gonna stay
absolutely.
on and fight WarpWhistle?
That's correct. So Chris,
Yeah, we're gonna go right into winners finals.
or lower finals.
Lowers finals, sorry. Legends finals.
Legends finals, that's right. So Chris calls it the Legends bracket because that's where legends are made. So I'm out.
So you're swapping out. I'm gonna let someone else on here now.
Thank you for
I'm
listening to
staying.
me talk about video
Yeah, I'm just
games.
gonna let him out and then let the other person in.
Yep.
So maybe I'll have my friend flip the name so I don't have to keep doing this. But thank you very much for joining me, my friend.
It's not gonna work.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch to the other seat. So I don't. 2-1 for Chris. Of course it was 2-1. Loser semis.
Can't do commentary. You gotta be a score
Chris. 2-1. Listen, I wear many hats despite my head being a little naked right now.
Despite not wearing any hats right now. You're wearing many hats.
Chris 2-1 to Chase. Like 2 of our very much regulars. Also, how's it going? We met just today.
Yeah, exactly. We were
It's just a
talking
pleasure.
over there, but now we're doing it on stream. Yeah. Photos.
Folky photos. Gotcha. Right? You said you did the photography.
Yep.
Also, you might want to just pull this a little bit there in front of your face.
Yep.
Not super close. You don't want to be kissing it, but
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be able to hear you, and I want them to hear you.
It's not a gumball. I'm not going to be chewing on it. Hopefully.
You'd be surprised, dude. I sat down once, and this thing was like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, for comfort.
Commentator friend. Yeah.
A lot of comfort animals today.
Yeah.
Just Misha.
Stitch is going to be the analyst.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Kind of doing like
The real nitty-gritty stuff.
the John Madden, kind of doing the circling. You see over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We got to get him like a little stylus.
I believe in you. Always innovating. Shout out to the folks at Magic Melee. Holding it down here in the very hidden. Dude, this ballroom is so hard to find if you don't know where it is. It's like
Oh,
the.
yeah. We're way in the back.
I keep comparing it to like the. It's very hard to make a J.K. Rowling reference in today's age. I don't want to if I don't have to, but you know, like the secret under the stairs, the secret train station you got to run at full storm. You're like, There's only one hallway you can get in. There's one door. It's an exclusive area for only the Peaky games. You got Pokemon Puzzle Fighters on the other end. I think it's switched out now. I don't know what's running there.
This is where they put the weirdos like us. All right, hop in here, I think, unless there's a button check.
Might be a button check, but I think Chris is going to be fine, right? So this looks real to me.
All right, I guess we're going.
We have WarpWhistle. I was talking to him earlier.
Gary Scott versus Wessel.
And we're on a standard stage. Very tight bumpers in the middle. The neat thing about tight bumpers is you can end up with a lot of double bumps that end up at weird angles, but at the same time, it's kind of like controlled. Like usually when you throw to the middle, you kind of know where it's likely going to end up.
Yeah, when you play the stage enough, you kind of know how to control the chaos. Especially
Exactly.
Since I play Biaggi, this is my home. I'm throwing them all
The Italian
all the
stallion.
time. Absolutely.
We actually haven't seen him. I wish we could have represented in top 8, but it's just how it is. And that's a mistake I actually made. That's what killed me, is you get close enough to the disc, you think you're going to grab it, you go to throw and accident, because throw and dash is the same button.
Yep.
So you got to be patient. You can't be too antsy.
Yeah, especially with these big bodies, it's hard to get back. It's hard to recover after missing a dash like that.
Hard for anyone, but yeah, especially for a big body.
Yeah.
Very even set so far, high scoring. 2 points is all what separates us. Time is flash to let you know that we're halfway through. Returns it immediately. Oh, but I think he meant to throw it further.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of threw it right at him.
Sometimes you just serve to your opponent, you go right here. Someone was saying that's what they call Canadian Windjammers, when you serve it right to your opponent. You say, here you go, my friend. Sorry to trouble you.
Especially when you're both at the net. Like, here you go, here you go, here you go.
I was about to say 1 point differential going into 10 seconds, but then an immediate score from WarpWhistle. Both these high-power characters, that's going to secure it almost. If he can land a 5, it's the only way, but he's got 1 second. You just stand in front of the 5 and you're golden. You let that go in, it doesn't even matter. And we own a trophy.
We got a trophy.
We don't have a trophy to give out, I believe, just medals, but the trophies are digital only. Gamer score increased, not ready for it. Dude, he tried to walk, but the American is very sluggish. Listen, as someone who's not a native to here, the fast food portions are very large. I get it, you had to have a little sluggish. You go to... Exactly.
Going for a super here.
I'm glad. Listen, I'm very grateful every day we do not have Chick-fil-A, because I don't know what would happen to my friends, my family.
You got to come down south of the border for that.
Exactly.
Yep. That's the real reason why you come to Frosty.
For the cake shakes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sent it in, 3 points. That's what I mean. The double bumper is really the only scenario where you can kind of like. But if you hit one bumper, pretty standard. But I love the variety in the stages, man.
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely.
so cool when those games like Tekken is like the fighting game I think that is most prevalent, that is like where stages matter. There's like an impact on the match.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah, I think this one very underratedly, the stages matter a lot, especially like with the width and the length of the stages.
Yeah. Because you think that the obstacles, the bumpers are obvious, like higher points are a little more obvious when you see the numbers pop up, but like just the spacing. Because this is a huge stage with 2 burly men. So you see them a lot like, do I want to play safe, hang out of the back, probably not score? Or do I want to be right up in the bumpers? Nice save.
Yeah, it affects how aggressive you can play, or if you need to cover more space. It affects your curves, what kind of bounces you can achieve. It changes everything.
Speaking of aggression, we really see WarpWhistle here playing super aggressive kind of at the 30-second point, so he can get a lead when we get in here and he can afford to give up some points.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
Yep, just like that. And like you were saying, play aggressive at first, get up a few points, and then sit back a little bit, and then just guard that net.
Okay, so now we get to, so it has to be random first stage to keep ourselves honest, but we are not the Tekken World Tour. We get to pick our stage when we lose, so you can kind of play where you think only band scene is casino, because we don't want anyone at home to suffer any epileptic issues. So we are going into, another bumper stage, but this is
This is rooftop.
Another thing we didn't talk about with the stages is there are stages where the point where you get the points in the back, the most normal way of scoring, changes.
Yep.
And what is typically going on is that you either have the reds in the corner where it's 5 points or dead center. And when you want to like punish someone's positioning as hard as possible, just like that, you want a corner 5.
Thank you so much to the players for demonstrating that for you.
Yeah, they've really had like a wide variety of stages too across all the games.
Oh, yeah.
No junkyard yet, which I'm only a little mad about, I promise. I'm not crying. You're crying. I just love the theme.
We can only hope. And a little bit of lore, too. Back in the first Windjammers, this was a different stage, but turned into rooftop because a building was built in between Windjammers 1 and Windjammers 2.
Dude, I don't know any of the lore. This is sick.
You got to keep up with the story.
Damn. When's Windjammers? Listen, this game is alive and well, and I'm grateful for it every day. The fact that it got DLC support so recently, man, nice. Man, I forgot this was a 4 stage. Yes. He had the math worked out. This guy is doing addition, subtraction.
The drops are such a big deal on rooftop with that 4-point drop. and WarpWhistle is capitalizing on that. With the slap shot, 3-0 for Chris.
It's another important part of Windjammers is when you're playing to your win condition, kind of, not just in game plan, but the amount of points you need.
Yes.
Like you need to do math, and you're like, man, the only way I can win here is to go for a 5, or I'm only worried about a 5. Opts to save it, remembers that is a 4-pointer. Wants to maintain a lead. This guy's all about the life lead.
Not just math for yourself, but also for your opponent. You got to think about what is their win conditions. You need to guard a little bit heavily into those positions.
Nice
Great slap into the corner.
Slaps
5
are
points.
really risky. They hold you down. They're quite active, but you need to have perfect predictive positioning.
Yeah, especially to get that the super slap like that where it goes off really fast.
Yeah.
And also if you whip a slap, you're stuck there for quite some time. It is a bad time if you miss a slap shot.
And I will say, because of the speed that it comes out at, it's usually the big bodies, the high strength characters that are going for it most often.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real nice.
Super
Like I
loud.
said with that one, you've got to catch that one perfectly or you can get blown back. Because usually you see the ball, the disc will hit someone and they'll kind of bounce off of them. It's fine, they can recover.
Yeah.
If you get hit with that with a super, you go flying back
way
into
back.
the goal.
Yeah, especially if you're playing a lighter character. That's what you
Exactly.
got to keep in your head all the time. You got to play it at the net because it'll be pushed back so far.
That has
Super
to be a
spin
lot.
into the corner.
Anytime that happens to Gianni, man, I'm like, this guy needs more tortellini in his diet.
He needs to carb up. Ooh,
5-pointer.
reach
And
that
that's
disc,
the
get
math,
5
right?
point.
Not only do I want to be winning, but I would rather just win in 1 point. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. But then that gives the opportunity for mix-up too, because you know your opponent will be guarding
Another
those corners.
5er, man. Chris just lives in the red.
That's so
He's
great.
catching a red-eye flight on Monday.
Hits the bumper and pops up.
Very
Right
nice
back.
punish. That was perfect.
Got to use the defensive super. That's so great, getting rid of those resources.
You played. Oh, went all the way around the bumpers. A little loop-de-loop. 360.
Back and forth with these supers.
Oh,
and it dropped.
and once
That's
again,
4 points.
too antsy. Well, there's a really cool thing you can do. I started doing this a couple years ago. I'm sure someone discovered it before me. But if you roll into an air ball like that, you can change the positioning of which you throw from. You kind of take it with you with your roll.
Yes.
It's really, it is maybe it's hard to do. It's extremely high risk. If you pull it off, it is unseeable. You could make anyone's head spin. Just like that, though. Chris on a huge lead here, but there's a lot of time. 1-5 is all it's going to take for WarpWhistle to catch up.
Any point from Chris will secure it.
Nice catch on the wall all the way back here. What are we going to do?
Super
Hit the
spin,
bumper
pop
again. Unlucky.
Great defensive super there to stop it from going in the corner.
Yeah, I saw it was going to land, and that was such a sick return, man.
Great
It is
reversal.
very tight. It is like a 2 or 1 frame reversal window.
Yeah.
You got to hit that shit
Now
immediately.
WarpWhistle gets in the corner. That's game. Waits, goes for the corner.
Slowing it down now.
Yep.
But WarpWhistle's actually behind. He's been ahead too much. He's the timeout king. You got to play this aggressive. You need anything here. Chris trying to lane
Chris
things out. 4 seconds, 3
Trying to go for
seconds.
Tom 2, 1.
And risked it for the biscuit.
There we go. Another 1-1 match.
This is
This
I don't
super
feel like
tight
we have to
top
make an
four.
argument. This game forces you to believe that it is peak just by being observed.
Yes.
But if that wasn't selling it for you, because listen, some of the folks back in Ottawa are watching this. Shout outs to my boys. I can't see chat, but I love you all. I got to bring this game back. People will be playing this in Ottawa.
We got to get Canada up to speed.
Perfect Storm 2026, 2027, you guys will be gaming.
Be there.
$8,000 pop
Hey,
bonus.
and we got your wish. We're on Junkyard.
Yes, thank you!
The moving bumpers, so chaotic.
This is the Guilty Gear Strive stage. It's got the lyrics in the song.
Yes.
And it's the coolest, it's the most Will Smith, sitcom rap where he's just the pace. It's the poker rap kind of, you know what I mean?
Going right back to the 90s.
Oh, to be young again. Sending it down. Okay,
They did a similar bounce there. Just right off the corner of the bumper, goes right into the corner.
and I believe this was covered in an earlier commentating match, but the cool thing about Junkyard, not only is it peak, it's really high scoring. If you manage to get a drop on someone, it is 4 points.
Yep,
Just as
like
we
that.
saw here. Thank you so much. They are listening. This is all scripted, by the way. This is the only stage in the game where the bumpers move.
Yes.
Which makes this, I like to call it the Slay the Spire. It is roguelike. Every single serve, if you hit the bumper, the stage has changed. You have to consider new angles.
Yep, and you can kind of have the effect on clay where the bumpers can get so close together they bounce back and forth.
Yeah. Because we were talking about the double bump and how strong it is, but then bumping against the stage is basically a double bump.
Wow.
Supers can kind of take priority over the bumper just like that.
Great
Send it.
defensive super.
Wow. Okay, so we're right in the middle now. Pretty standard bumper position. Sneaks
Goes right
it
through
right
the
through.
middle.
That could have been devastating. He just happened to be in the right position at the right time.
That's so hard.
WarpWhistle,
That's so hard to react to.
It's just in the last second, manages to steal the lead. Doesn't have to do nothing. up 1 point, is now on set point to try and get revenge in grand finals. Nice return. Sending it up. What are you going to aim for here? Yeah, we're doing a lot of threading because everyone expects the bumpers to get hit because you can't really keep track of where they are.
Yeah.
So the ones that thread the bumpers are especially dangerous.
Right, you never expect it to go straight through.
Yeah.
And then that's when you get, dashing in the wrong direction.
It's
It
like,
goes right by you.
Oh my God, 5 points right there.
That's so brutal.
I was going to say, it's kind of like when you go to Junkyard, you think you're going to use the bumpers. It's like going to like a seafood restaurant and ordering pizza.
A steak.
Yeah,
Like
ordering
that.
a steak. It's like, why did you even come here, man?
Oh, that was a great super. Hits the bumper, so it goes straight into the corner 7 to the middle where WarpWhistle was waiting.
You just came here for the Cheddar Bay biscuits? That's crazy. Send it down. 4 points.
No, that's a legit strat.
That's optimal. It's unlimited. It's like Olive Garden.
What, the cheddar biscuits? Oh, yeah.
All right. Bumped it up. Listen, a lot of unfortunate bumper hits.
WarpWhistle in the lead here. 40 seconds left. Extends it.
Because, yeah, that is one thing maybe we should explain, is that the super, you can spend the super bar to do whatever you want, but if you end up on top of the disc while it's in the air, you can have the chance, you have to churn 360s to get supers. And those are essentially free.
WarpWhistle needs anything to secure this victory.
Yeah, he's in the lead as well. So this is devastating for Chris. But Chris, listen, it's not over until it's over. There's 17 seconds on the board. You'd have to get 2 5s, but if anyone's going to get 2 5s, he's guarding the 5s so hard, right?
Yeah.
So he's overthinking how valuable the 5s are going to be. But now he's stacking up 3s like crazy. There's 2 seconds
Is
left.
there going to be enough time left, though?
Did you play the risk reward correctly and you give him the perfect scenario, the fake out? Return
That's
it.
a super.
He's going to be able to lane this out as much as possible. Sent it to the back.
And that'll be it.
Listen, the lane play unfortunately was optimal.
It was good time management. by
Chris made
WarpWhistle.
such a strong comeback right at the air, made points come out of thin air like a magician.
Playing so aggressively right at the net, just trying to get those points as quickly as possible.
He knows he lamed it out that as much as possible. He's the only one popping off for him. So he hits the both hands up. No, I love this dude, honestly. The concrete. The nice thing about concrete is it settles. It's easy.
Exactly.
And he
Solid.
settled for a lame victory.
It's consistent.
And I drink it. I drink wins.
Concrete?
Yeah.
I drink the concrete mixers. Wolfers.
Oh, that's probably easier, actually. Thank you. That's good advice.
Probably, yeah.
Well, you can kind of do a mix. You can.
Culvers in Canada, Chunk?
Sorry?
Do they have Culvers in Canada, Chunk?
Culver's?
I don't
No.
think so, no.
Okay, every time I go to Culver's, I think it is the most, I feel like it is like the American, like every country has like a bird and like a flag. When I see Culver's and it says butter burgers and frozen custard, I am like, is that the first line of the national anthem? Like, that's beautiful. That is the most American thing I can think of.
It should be.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson wrote that.
That's crazy. That came before, that's crazy that they invented that before electricity.
Uh-huh.
That's like, it's priorities.
Yeah. You know how Ben Franklin had like all those inventions? Culver's was one of them. Yep.
Might have stolen it off a Tesla again, though.
Right after the stove. He,
Yes.
made
Yeah.
Culvers.
That was the next
That's the
one.
natural progression, I think.
logical progression.
I think that's actually in the Civ technology tree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Sid 7 this year, by the way. That's free promotion. You're welcome, Sid Meier.
And then he sold the idea to Gandhi, and Gandhi.
I believe you may be. Is there a swap out happening here?
Yeah, we're going to
okay.
Grand,
We
so-
are doing a swap out.
Yep.
Joining with my fella that was on here earlier, and I think you're back for Grants.
Am I Grants or is it Tiz and Fat Chew? All right, cool. Yeah, we're both swapping out.
We're both swapping out.
Both swapping out.
Are you sure?
Double swap out.
Am I not on the whole way? I can swap out. What? Yeah.
All right, that works.
Okay, great. Listen,
All
it was a
right.
pleasure.
Pleasure.
First time commentating, by the way. Could you tell? I couldn't.
I could. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm still Chunk Brixton, despite a little communication error there. But now coming through is my boy Fat Chew. Another person I don't think we've had the pleasure of playing, actually. Maybe actually at Chicago, a combo breaker a few years ago.
Probably, yeah, but no, yeah.
Listen, we've been
Grand
coming up for a
finals.
while.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're old men in this scene. Grand finals. It's a Twitter at YoFatChew.
Easy. That's why I always like when I can tell the stream runner.
No, Yo Fat Chew, yeah.
As in, Yo Fat Chew.
Yo Fat Chew.
They're calling you.
That's why I have
Sit
it.
down for bracket. Where are you going?
That's why I have it.
You have to tell me if you're going to the bathroom, man. Yo Fat Chew.
Yo Fat Chew. Oh God. All right. That is exactly why I did this. That's exactly why I did this.
Beautiful. But yeah, we are heading into Grants. This is a repeat of what we saw earlier. This is going to be the only 3 out of 5 match we are running.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Okay,
So
you double checked
everything
that with
was-
Nautilus. I was pretty sure
Yes.
of that. It's
Not.
3 out of 5 now, right? Beautiful.
Yep, 3 of 5. Yep. All right. Beautiful. So, yo, Gamma. Yo, Gamma. I'm so
Domo
excited right now.
Origato, Mr. or Miss Roboto.
Yeah. Exactly.
This character is this character is actually highly debated. There's discussion going on about this character earlier. They're a new character, so things can be a little unfamiliar. They're really floaty. They have a really good jump. they can really like for a while. We saw a lot of people doing like fake jumps. You can either lob or go for a shot when you land. She's really good at hedging her bets with those.
Yeah.
But there are some really big weaknesses to this character. This character is probably like the most like buggy. There's some scenarios where it seems like maybe she should have caught that, but her hitbox is a little bit off. But she has like a lot of like very specific. She's a little slow. Her shot isn't that fast. She's like an all-rounder with not a lot of strengths. But the super is strong. The tricks are strong, and there's unfamiliarity. There's a very recent shout out to them giving DLC to this game in like 2025 or 2024.
Just a magical drop, just like out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere,
hey,
no news,
hey.
no nothing. Just hey, by the way, it's like Ninja Gaiden this weekend. It dropped on Thursday.
Donnie Moo just said, hey, by the way, I got 2 new characters for you.
Well, it's obviously because they want to promote for Windjammers 3, right?
Oh, God, I hope so. But anyway, yeah, but no, Gamma also, what I learned today, a very good defensive character because, so Tatsujin counterpicked her against me earlier and for the defensiveness and took me to beat. But anyway, so we're going to go back in the game. Oh, right at the end. No,
yeah.
Never mind. I thought
no.
I can't read timers, guys.
That is okay. We're getting down. Listen, the alarm clock is going off. We heard the beep. 8 seconds of the clock. Very slight lead, but anything will make WarpWhistle win this game.
Oh,
just like that. You can't play
shot.
that slow. Southpaw, the lamest man I know. And I say that affectionately.
Get ready.
Oh, God.
Getting out-lamed.
Oh, hey, sometimes you live by the lameness, sometimes you die by the lameness.
It's true.
But anyway, going back into the match, we're going to charge super here.
As someone who woke up late for his alarm, the timer comes to us all.
Oh, the timer knows neither friend nor foe, only pain. Hey, the slap shot in the corner, extremely fast. Gary Scott was not ready for it.
Slowing it down a little bit now. We're seeing like some delays in returns, right? A little bit of thinking, a little bit of because there's like defensive habit reading in this game. You kind of want to hold onto the ball for a second just to see where your opponent is thinking about positioning. Got to toss them all.
Got to toss them all, and got to toss them into the corner for that 6-0 lead.
Oh,
what a slap
ideal
shot.
Positioning, because that's high risk, right? If he sends it long, that's really hard to recover. But he's like, you're gonna send it right at me.
Like, he made the hardest of reads. Like, hey, this is what we're doing, and it's going right here. What are you gonna do about it?
The ideal punish and gets 5 points for it. Southpaw,
oh, okay.
Showing the strengths of this character. Like I said, underplayed.
Super.
A lot of people think this character is bad, but Southpaw showing the strength points.
Into the corner again, 11-6. Warp trying to crawl back into this game to try to take game 1.
See what we can do. He's going to start off because we could be here a while. Like we said, 3 out of 5. Full super meter for WarpWhistle. That means that we drop the disc to the ground. Southpaw is going to have to recover very, very quickly, but luckily far dash on this character. It's a little too far. Yeah.
I thought he was going to be too far too. I thought it was going to be really close.
There's an activation range.
Oh, the weight of Gary Scott goes in right there. But it's not enough to take that round, and it's 1-1 in a pivotal grand finals matchup.
Yeah, this is going to really discern who is going to walk away with this. And just to remember, because it's WarpWhistle, right, in winners?
Yeah.
Winners side.
No, it's Southpaw.
Sorry, my mistake. Right, because it's the big body battle, I forgot.
Oh, no. He read it a little bit too wrong, and he just goes a little bit north of where he needed to be. Gonna pop super right here. The jump.
The fake out. Yeah, you do have to hit the ground, though. You cannot fastball.
Oh.
Wow, nice return.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that, but again, just being able to dash there to get right to it.
Just defending the 5 spot. Anytime it goes up and like, almost every time you do a shot like that where it's bouncing up and down, it's almost always like a mistake. Because it gives the opponent so much time to think about, okay, how do I want to return this? I know exactly where he's gonna line. Nice parry.
Beautiful guard there.
Sends it back. Said you're playing a little further up. Has died to a couple quick slap shots. Does not want to risk that again. Knows this is a wide and long stage. So there's a lot of ways you can get punished if your name is WarpWhistle.
That's just hard. Oh, Lord. But anyway, 9-6 right here. Warp trying to crawl back in. A defensive stall stalemate, which is pivotal for any good Windjammers player.
I was going to say, high level, a lot of timeouts. Thank God it's only 60 seconds. Misses out, doesn't have the meter to return.
He doesn't have it.
But 2 points is what you can afford to lose here, right? 8 seconds on the block. Anything will do for WarpWhistle. He's got to make something happen here.
Either one.
He's been clutch.
One. Oh, that is a great timer, yeah. Carried it up, makes him waste seconds, and he gets round 1. And SouthPawRock 2 wins away from yet another Frosty Faustings title.
Dude, I gotta find a synonym for lame. I gotta check a thesaurus between matches here.
Yo,
pathetic.
Oh, don't do that to him. Oh, that's
Let's say
that's so mean.
strategic.
I like strategic, yeah. Pathetic just sounds mean.
And all this,
that's also mean.
all this is
also
in good
mean.
faith. We're all very talented players, all very friendly, all very know the game inside and out, always willing to share knowledge. The only reason I know anything about this game besides haha Disco Boom is because these guys have been willing to share so much with me.
Yep.
Shouts to this community.
Exactly. I actually pointed out Southpaw to somebody who needed questions on a Miller counter today, by the way. Because I gave him some information, but then there was a guy that I saw Southpaw, like, hey, that's the guy you need to ask the question to. And he gave him a very, very solid reasoning to give.
Southpaw actually gave me today because he was like, I'm trying to play some Chris. And I was like, why? And he's like, oh, he has the best jump. And I was like, why? And he's like, oh, the frames. And I was like, I actually did not know that at all, man. Like, thank you so much. But let's get into the match. Sending it. So this is a corners 5 match. We're seeing a lot more curve shots. You do have to hit a 360 on a super to get that.
But it's also a 4-point drop zone if they have the drop.
High points. High points, but a very standard map. So it's like very punishing, but very like easy to make good defensive decisions. And
and we have 20 seconds left. There's still no score here. Which
it means
top
any point like that. That is the dump.
Curse. Warp just pointed at me. He's like, I feel like such a bad human being right now. I feel so bad right now.
Oh, that almost happened. He got knocked back, but he was just outside of the goal. He was almost going to be an eye for an eye scenario there. Playing super fast. Gets the 5er right at the end, popping up for himself. There's no way to make it here.
He stuck it in just like you're going late night to the cookie jar when your mom is sleeping. She got right in there. And it has round 1 for Warp.
I was going to say your wife was waiting on the couch. It's a long night after the bar. Where were you? Let's turn on the lamp.
I plead the 5th on that one. Don't ask anybody else. Don't ask anyone at the bar. They know where I was.
The Harada. Shows him. He's been around. Shows
Don't
the target.
ask me for S.
I will ask you for Windjammers, though. No, he's trying to be giant.
Wait, I could not be esports?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
we're in the
good.
side room.
Yes, sir. All right, anyway.
We'll try our best.
Oh, no. He read the disc wrong. He thought it was coming at him, but it snuck right past him.
Listen, there's a lot in this. Jesus, man, these fast returns. That is one thing about Southpaw, is like, that is one thing I underdo, which is the quick returns. When you know there's a guarantee of where the ball is going to end up, having the fast return throws off everyone's timing. You don't have like the mic. That 1 second you sit there catching the ball and then throwing it, or the disc, is like enough for some people to gain composure. And if you make them miss out on that, suddenly 11-3, but just like that, it was looking so dire.
Like that. WarpWhistle trying to come back in, and
from dire to doable,
13,
to
11,
in the lead
20 seconds.
in 5 seconds flat.
The defense needs to be strong here.
But he's short on meter.
To
nice
waste
return.
The time.
No meter, right? So he gets a good lob. We could see the end here, but you know the WarpWhistle's thinking about that. So he's just trying to send it to the corners. Nice return. Sends it up. What are we gonna do? Into the corner. You got to send it right now. Nice catch and gets the points. Wins on points. WarpWhistle ties it up. We are going to be here until 2026.
SouthPawRock essentially bet the farm there because he popped up. Like he had to have it right there.
Exactly.
Because that's going to take so much time. He has to have it right there.
Life or death.
Yeah.
Have some commentator notes right now. Some coaching.
Did someone come for me?
Oh, I believe maybe we're being called for another bracket.
All right, yeah, I'm getting something.
Listen, it was a pleasure, my friend.
All right,
Very nice to chat with you.
I'll see you.
And we're having listen. The road getting down. We're playing musical chairs. These seats have been warmed by so many individuals. Everyone has their own warp they've donated. Welcome back, my friend. Things end the same way that they start. Time is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle.
Just like Windjammers disc.
Just like the best twirliest skirts.
That too.
tis-huglife.bsky.social. My thing. Oh, T5F.
Man, you had to have gotten Tiz this season.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Maybe for the holidays.
Anyways, good to be back. Good to be back here. We are one apiece in the grand finals.
As close as it gets. See if Southpaw can finish us off before resetting, or if WarpWhistle can continue. Because he was playing, I forget the name of the American character.
Gary Scott.
Thank you very much. Kind of playing very aggressive, but he found he was being punished so often. He's gone something a little lamer, a little safer. Send it over here. Oh yeah, if you want to write down your socials.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me just take that. You got this.
Oh, I got it, brother. I cover for you. You can guess. You'll be like, oh, nice return. I think you can do this game auditorially. Well, we're going into the corners.
I wonder if there are people who play Windjammers blindfolded. I feel
That
like
would
could.
be so challenging, but so sick. Setting it. Oh my God! The curve didn't like. I think the bounce there. He expected it to bounce again into the corner. Wasn't ready for it, so the parry was mistimed. Gets knocked into the 5. Kind of worst case scenario, and that was a very generous 5, which someone thought I was saying that earlier as like a jab. I'm just saying that sometimes the universe is like, no, that was on the line. That was a 5 for you, brother. Don't worry about it.
Also, you're doing great. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
And I'm proud of Folklore as well.
Listen, this scene.
And I'm proud of Fat Chew, even though he had to leave to do.
I am happy that it did like the commentator special. Like I think I got 5th or 7th and immediately on commentary. Like it's the ideal. No downtime.
No downtime.
Only discs. There's Windjam, goddammit. Another 5.
It's surprising the frequency of 5s we're seeing. And also, I was surprised to see Jamma come up.
Well, it's like it's a mind game a little bit, right? Of like where 5s become like they're obvious to go for, they're hard to go for, they're going to go for safe 3s, and then just like that, another generous 5.
The very periphery of the 5. She looks like quote Cave Story.
Directly on the precipice. Goes back to Germany. Quick flight.
She does. You see it, right? She looks like quote Cave Story.
A little bit, especially with the scarf,
the hat
right?
and the scarf, yeah. She also looks like a Stan from Part 5.
Pump up the jam, perhaps.
Maybe.
Sending off.
Good slap there.
Into the corner here. Nice, perfect parry. WarpWhistle has gone back to the aggression at the very end here. Went to jolly old England to try and for something safer. It's like that hasn't worked out. There's an adaptation going on here.
Slipped. He dashed right through it as it was curling.
One of the mechanics on this stage, and I point out very early, is this is the blue shell stage.
Yeah.
Because there's a comeback mechanic.
That's right.
When you score, your red region in the middle gets bigger and the other one gets smaller.
Yep.
So there's more opportunities to hit more 5s. So I think WarpWhistle's maybe anticipating himself having to play from behind, which is interesting. Which makes a lot of sense considering that Southpaw has been doing a lot of, I'm going to get the lead early and then play as slow as possible.
Yes.
Safe returns,
Remind
you out.
Southpaw is on the winner side of Grands. So if he wins this set, it's over. It's Jover.
Joe Arida.
Joe Arida.
Send it to the corner. Sends it right in the middle. We see Southpaw defending.
Here's the Biden blast. Nope.
They're much bigger 5s, so they have to defend it a little harder, and he's going to give up a 3. But that's actually okay because you have to worry about the 5s last.
That's right.
We're tied up. I'm getting light-headed as I cannot.
You were just like, you were not breathing. Breathe, my friend. Drink
Listen,
your water.
I used to work at too much time in retail. I got to work through too much stuff. Too many brackets to call.
I'm seeing a lot of uses of the Universal Curl Super.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, 3 points is all. You're going to take the tie.
Stuck into the very south corner.
But now, listen, in this game, you both get a point. Man, and so that was a sacrifice, right? That was a consideration that he was making. Right. He's like, do I go for the 5 and try to go for the win? Or do I go for the 1 that's good enough for me?
Yes.
I would say maybe a bit of
I like that tactical decision. I really do, honestly.
I really would have liked it because WarpWhistle is fighting from behind. I understand the safety, but at this point, you got to take the risks.
Yes.
And you cannot give Southpaw that. He will punish you with a strike every time.
I saw the very slightest curve on that throw. It almost wasn't relevant.
Knocks it into 5 on the bump. Momentary pop-up from Warp. He lined up his shot. He called it like billiards.
He called it like billiards.
Corner pocket. Nice. Unfortunate spin on there. Give him a lot of time. But nice save on the strike. Playing defense on this character is quite difficult. Shout out to WarpWhistle. Best of both worlds.
And like, what's really funny, Jamma is at the very, very
He accidentally spent super at the end there. He had the charge. Puts him in a bit of a nefarious situation, but he's up so many points.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong? I'm going to curse him.
What could possibly go wrong? But it is looking very good. SouthPawRock could still run it back from 20 seconds. This is the start of it. A 5 here would do it. 5
cleaned them up, and the 5 is so thin.
It is very thin.
The exact opposite, too. WarpWhistle is actually wider than it. Like, I do not know if it could get in.
That's actually true.
I believe the hurtbox is bigger.
He might just sit there like a
nice return,
like an air hockey puck.
And lames it out. There's an interesting thing about the bun is that you can't actually strike it back.
Yeah.
Unlike the other return.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it's the ultimate way to lame someone out.
It's 2-2.
It is 2-2.
We could be going to dead-ass finals if Warp brings us back.
Dead-ass finals. Thug finals.
Thug finals.
Another swap mid-match. Fat Chew has asked for permission to jump back in. Tiz, thank you so much for joining me. Fat Chew, I guess, speed ran their match off stream. I don't know what they had to do there.
That was some wildness. But anyway, top two. I came right in time, though, Chunk. I came right in time.
Right when it was getting good.
Right in time, yeah. And going to Arena, in my opinion, it is the most neutral stage.
This is, as I said earlier, your grandmother's Windjammers, like right here.
Indeed, yes, it is. So right, 2-2. Warp taking a 3-0 lead right now.
Oh, gets knocked back. That happened to do. That's a deja vu moment because what's going on is the curve. They keep thinking it's going to curve back into the corner, but it hit them in the middle. 2 5s back to back. The speed run. This game can be so fast if you end up with your pants down. And right now we're on the ankles. WarpWhistle.
WarpWhistle right here, trying to find that corner right there, but does not find it at all.
This guy's gonna have to tighten his belt if he wants to take the belt. 4 Windjammers, get the reset, have the chance to take everything home.
Indeed he is, but SouthPaw has that lead in
return.
And the
3, 5
slap
in a
shot
row.
gets him right in the middle.
Gretzky is going crazy, man. He is like winning these games exclusively. He's very solid defensively, making really good decisions. His slap shots have been the defining factor, man.
Indeed it has, and right here he's going to charge. Warp's trying to...
Once again.
The nice slap shot. He's going to send it right back, essentially negating the Whistle Super.
Dude, it's all baseball right now. Who's a good baseballer?
Oh, God. Hey,
Babe Ruth.
Honestly, Whistle reminds me of old school Jose Canseco with the shades and the muscles. It's like Jose Canseco if he played Windjammer.
I can't believe the guy who invented the candy bar also happened to do well in the baseball.
In the corner, 6-0, Warp clawing right back. He's doing everything he can to make this even.
But the fiver, stay aliver, Southpaw. Get to the lead again where he is most comfortable. Where anyone would be most comfortable, but especially if your name is Southpaw.
Indeed it is. Bouncing right back and forth. He's going to charge up Super.
Nice parry, killed him last time.
Right
brings
back,
it down.
he has the Super. He can pop it right back up.
Gets the perfect slap shot and dodges a little too early, tries to interrupt it before he has to guess. Has the lead now, does Southpaw. It's really trading back and forth here. He's got 16 seconds on the clock. Nice return, nice rally, back and forth. Perfect all the way around. Sees it slow it down, say, I don't want to get overwhelmed. Nice return. And once again, this is an impossible lead to come back on, unfortunately.
It is way too many points, but he's going to slap shot anyway, just to show that he can. And
that is the ender. Sometimes the last moment is the least exciting, but it was decisive. We can say that absolutely. Southpaw running it all the way through. Extremely talented player. Talented enough than I'd ever ran into him. Stayed on winners the whole way through.
This man has won back-to-back Frosty Faustings Windjammers 2 tournaments. He is essentially placing himself as one of the best players of America, and not the world's. And it's like anytime there's a Windjammers 2 bracket and Southpaw's in it, you might as well just say, okay, that's who winning. But that is why everyone is here. Every community, every member of this community is going for this man. They want that top spot, and Southpaw will do everything he can to make sure no one else takes it.
Listen, if you are in Lombard, Southpaw is going to make your journey very, very hard. You got to pray hard. Bars.
Indeed he does. But that, ladies and gentlemen, that is top 4 of our tournament. I have some shout-outs we have to make.
Please.
Shout-outs to everyone in this community that can't be here. Rune Kodiakson, I don't know why you're here, but I love you. Shout-out to one of the godfathers of this community, Frankie Sisto. I know you're watching. Brother, I love you. I hope I see you very soon. Shout-out to Windjammers France. I'm going to try to break out the word Rosetta.
I got you.
No, I'm going to break out the Rosetta Stone. Here we go. Le bon aimé les gras. Le bon est vers Vinois. I buffered that. I love you guys too. I hope I see you soon.
This is why I got to get Windjammers 2 going in Montreal, dude. The French connection.
I know, dude. My French is so bad. I tried to study, and it didn't work at all.
Listen, the owl comes right all. We're moving on. Thank you so much. I've been Chuck Bergson. This is my friend Fat Chew.
Shout-outs to the Concrete Manual. The Concrete Manual. If you want to be a top Windjammers player, you read the Concrete Manual.
We will see you hopefully at Combo Breaker. Awards!
Indeed. Awards. Let's go. Oh, heavens.
Oh, heavens. To Betsy, even.
To Betsy. Let us... All right, there we go. All right, that is our fantastic community. Everyone give a wave!
Hey, round of applause. I believe we said we had 48 people at Windjammers this year. We will see you at Combo Breaker.
Again, this has been one of our biggest tournaments. Oh, look at the camaraderie there. Shout out to Stitch.
It's honestly kind of a, dude, there was 3-1 saying, it's kind of annoying how wholesome this community is. Because everyone's like, yo, I love this guy. I'm so proud of him. He beat me. He's so strong. We're all so good. He's like, man, couldn't you just say, like, fuck you to everybody, man? Could you just be like, man, this guy sucks?
You could, but we don't want to do that. We love everybody here. All right, 4th place. Here's one of them. chasetatsujin. Doing Warp right here. One of the
I think it's just 3.
OGs.
I think it's just 3.
Warp, one of the top 4. One of the OGs of this community.
No, for medals, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But I'm going to shout out chasetatsujin, one of the OGs of this community. He's always been a top player in this game. Oh, the Misha.
We gotta angle down. Can we angle down?
Oh, we can. All right. Wait, Chris, shout out to Chris. Always willing to play games with people. I practice with Chris a lot.
Chris is super sick. Like I said, my Mahjong mate, like, plays so much over the weekend. I'm sure I'll see him at the auto table soon. Shout out to Blind Rob, by the way.
Indeed, WarpWhistle second. Said it's his final Windjammers 2 tournament.
Really?
He said it's his final Windjammers 2 tournament. I clarified with him earlier. And first place, as usual, going to SouthPawRock. It's like this guy.
Stayed in winners the whole way. Very, very close grand final set, but managed to stay on top.
I think the only person that's ever taken a game off of him is Jordy. That's it.
We are sending it out. Once again, I've been Chunk Brixton. You have been Fat Chew. Yo, Fat Chew on Twitter.
I am. Hit me up if you want to learn about more about Windjammers. Anyone in this Twitter, just come hit us up. We love you. We'll see you soon. Windjammers.
And shout out, of course, to my Ottawa scene. That's where I come from. I'll get you playing this game by the next year, guaranteed. But I'll salute with you.
Come on, you Gunners.
Sorry to cut you off, my friend. That was wonderful.